Good morning guys, bit of an early start for me. I'm off gallivanting on the hunt for artisan marqueterie and also some antique outdoor stuff. So I'm just waiting for my friend to sort the parking out on the car and we're going to go and have a little nosy around. I've also got a trip to Birmingham on radar, which I actually thought is super easy because I'll be getting on the train. However, I'm so close to my due date that I probably need to take some essentials with me, which means it's probably more sensible to take the car. I've just realised how gaunt I look on camera. It's one of the reasons why I've been a little bit quiet with vlogging. I've just had sort of a huge mental load this last week or so. I'm obviously really busy trying to finish off work and just get that kind of clear headspace so that I can relax into going in to give birth. But yeah, I've just had some decisions to make and I'm not always great with taking things on emotionally. I sometimes forget to react emotionally and I'm very logical. So sometimes it can catch me out because I'll feel something and then wonder why I'm feeling a certain way, and it's because something's impacting on me, but I've just gone like a bull in the china shop to get through things and probably haven't noticed that an emotional response is required. So I've just had a little bit of a reflection week, which I might have a chat to you guys about a little bit later on. Anyway, let's go and see what we can find. Birmingham, here we come. We've just been and got a Starbucks and we're just having a look at where we can park when we get to Birmingham. It's one of those things that I don't think we thought the travel through, as I was saying before, and I'm so close to my due date, so we're having to drive there, so it's a little bit more of a mission, but definitely worth it. We've had a really sociable weekend and we're just looking forward to having a little pot around, looking at the shops and then enjoying some live music afterwards, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely, can't wait.
We're trying to pack all those things in that you can't do with a baby, like go to gigs and things, so it's going to be an exciting few days, I think.
I am sitting back against the door.
First stop is the Chinese supermarket. It's absolutely one of our favourite places to go. We normally go to the one in South London, but Birmingham has a bigger one. So we're going to go and see if we can get frozen octopi or something really random. Dried tuna. If you haven't tried dried tuna, you really don't need to. Well, that was a lot of fun and definitely a successful trip. We've got a whole bag full of braised tofu in there just because I really like that brand. Darren's picked up some noodles for the hospital. We've got some Penyang curry paste, some noodles, some other noodles, and this sauce here is kikat manis, which we used to call magic sauce in Indonesia because we didn't know what it was called, and it's just amazing. It just makes everything taste like magic. A bit of garlic powder and some dehydrated black fungus, and also picked up some vegan calamari, which just sounded really interesting, even though I'm not a vegan. I do like to eat vegan sometimes, so I'm going to try some of that. But yeah, really good trip. It is busy in here. It's absolutely chucking it down outside, so we've just ran into Costa and had a little bit of a warmer upper, and we're getting a little bit tight on time now, I think just because we left later than we intended. So we're gonna go and find, I think, Five Guys, aren't we?
Yeah, just something
maybe
quick.
the Greek place. We're gonna have a little nosy,
Quick and tasty.
get some food, and then have a quick dash around the shops and get to the gig.
Still I'm in la la la, la la la, loving you. La la la, la la la. Don't wanna love you.
So we've gone for, what's it called?
Filthy Texan.
Filthy Texan, which has got waffle fries on it, hasn't
Pretty
it?
filthy like.
Yeah. It's like a stacked up thing with a double pate and waffle fries with jalapenos and all sorts of things.
And sauce.
And because that wasn't enough, there is seasoned fries
Aye.
and then mac and cheese on the side, so that we have fats and carbs on fats and carbs on fats and carbs to try and fill in.
I still want filthy.
Then you'll want cookies and all the treats to go to the gig, probably, won't you?
So we found the way.
They actually do chocolate cake in here, which is really good, and the milkshakes are amazing. So we didn't end up in Five Guys, and we looked at the Greek place, but it was completely empty, so we were thinking that maybe it wasn't so good. So we've ended up in, what's this place called? Ed's Diner. Equally as chainy as Five Guys, but much less busy.
Comfier seats.
Yes, comfier seats, but enough people to know that it's good. Calorie-free starter, hashtag balance. What a mistake in Jamaica! We just passed the Greek place, it's now full of people and the food just looked amazing, so I think we missed a trick there, although Darren really enjoyed what we did get, and it was tasty, but yeah, next time definitely the Greek place.
La la la, la la la. Why does it hurt me like that? I don't even know how I could have fallen.
I think the tiny shoes are just the cutest. Look, they've got little glittery ones. I think one day she needs some of these. Disco baby.
Does it ever stop raining in England?
This is becoming a common theme. We were going to show you around Birmingham, but we can barely keep an umbrella up, so in the theme of most of my videos, typical British weather is happening again. View from inside the brolly. It's actually really nice on a sunny day. Just need to get to there without drowning. Amazing.
Somebody help me out.
That was absolutely wicked. If oxytocin is supposed to bring on labour, I'll be going into labour very, very soon. We just had such a nice time, and we're a tiny bit gutted that we've got such a long drive home, but we have travelled further to see this guy. We were seeing Ryan Adams. I don't think I mentioned that earlier, that's Ryan, not Brian. And we've seen him on his own and with the Cardinals, and about, I think, 18 years ago, 18, 19 years ago, we just had a couple of weeks where we just travelled around everywhere and went to every gig that he was doing. So every couple of nights we went to see him, which was just brilliant. So we have travelled further and made a lot more effort, but haven't been heavily pregnant, and it just feels very, very late. Anyway, we're gonna get going home and also see if we can find a loo on the way back. Amazon's been, I've got a new board and some lights. I thought I would stop bouncing around on my yoga ball with my fairy lights around my neck and actually show you guys some of the bits and bobs that I picked up in Birmingham. Didn't get a lot, but also Amazon has been with my tens machine. Now, I can't believe how sunny it's coming here all of a sudden. I wasn't planning on getting one of these, but all the mums groups that I'm in, everybody has one. And you know when you're like, oh, what was if I start with back pain and I haven't got one and I'm the only one? And everyone's like, really? You didn't get one? So I figured I would get one, and I've been motivated to get one even more because I have a back-to-back baby. Didn't even know that that was a thing, but the baby's back-to-back. Definitely Darren's child. She's making things more complicated. So it could be that I do get quite a lot of back pain because of that. So I thought I'm gonna have one just in case I need it. So I have gone for Perfect Mama 10s. I haven't opened it yet, but I just thought I'd show you which one I got. Now in Birmingham, we didn't have a huge amount of time because it was a longer journey than what we'd have liked, and also the weather was awful. So we were, for the majority of the time, taking cover, drinking hot drinks, and yeah, just having kind of some chill time and some food. So I did pick up a few bits and bobs. So I got some very flattering, high-waisted, controlling high waist briefs from Primark. I just wanted a big pair of fat pants with something that goes right across the tummy. I have showed you in previous videos that I've got some pants from different places, and I'm going to see which ones I get on with, but they caught my eye and thought they look like big fat pants. Those are coming home with me. Also, I don't want to commit to a nail appointment at the moment. I've been budgeting with buying the house and whatnot, and I always find that getting nails done, keeping on top of it, is quite expensive kind of every couple of weeks. So also, whilst I was working overseas, it's quite hard to get infills done, and it can just be a little bit of a pain. So I've had a break from going and getting nails done. I've been using either nail varnish or stick-on. So I got some stick-ons so that I don't have to commit to a nail appointment. I don't know what my routine will be like when baby comes, so I don't want to commit to a nail appointment still. I got some sparkly flip-flops because they just caught my eye and I thought they were great. I got them in black as well. We're due a bit of a heat wave in the UK next week, so I'm hoping that I can trot along in my flip-flops, go to the park and enjoy some sunshine if I'm not in labour. Imagine. Also trying some new false eyelashes. Primark always has different eyelashes in, so I always pick up something different each time I go to Primark because they have something that I can enjoy trying. I've got a little sheep basket that had to come home with me. I'm thinking I could just put like socks in it or something. Darren says, what would you use that for? And I'm like, who knows that? It's just cute, so I wanted to buy it. Speaking of storage, I got some more storage baskets because I'm having little stations around places so that I'm not on the hunt or going up and down the stairs trying to find things that baby needs. I want really easy and have things on hand, but also have them organised into nice containers like this. And I thought that they were just lovely. They're just from Primark, and I can't even remember how much they were. Maybe £10, yeah. So, which is just fabulous. I don't think you can even get those in places like BM Bargains for that price. I've got some basket things already, but I really like these ones, so I might get some more of those. I got this, which is just East Coast New York top, and I just figured that maybe it's really long and I can wear that whilst I'm pottering around in my room at the hospital. And yeah, it's just colourful, and I'm going for pure happiness, so colourful things suit me. And actually Darren picked that out and I thought it was sweet of him, so I picked it up. Also got this for baby, and this is really, really cute, and I'm trying not to buy things until I know how big she is, and I am predicted to be just over the £7.8 that you get in next. So I wanted to hold fire on getting newborn or 0 to 1 month clothes. I think she's going to be long for some reason. But anyway, I saw this and I thought it was just super cute. It's got little crabs and penguins and little chickens on it, which I just thought was lovely. And it's got a matching hat, which actually looks huge, but I just really liked it, so I picked that up for the warmer weather. I got some Jimmy Jammies for me as well. Don't know if I can open these. Let me open them. I saw some on Boohoo, but they're not in the sale like they are at Debenhams, and then there was postage on top, and I needed to order a couple of sizes and you pay for returns. So I was looking on Debenhams website and they're not in stock in a size that will fit me. I don't know why I don't just get maternity, but there we are. I'm buying everything in normal large clothes. So I got this, which is like a biscuity beigey colour, and I just wanted some shorts because I've got nighties, but I think it's nice to have a few short sets. So I got this in a size medium, haven't tried it on yet, but I've got that as well, just because I think I'm going to be up and down with a baby a lot, and what I would normally wear at night just isn't appropriate. So I think those will be a good shout. So I'm going to try those on and see if they fit. Last night was just brilliant. I just had a great day and a great evening. Would you believe the sun coming through the window was so hot that the camera overheated and I had to stop recording? So I've been and I've met up with my friend for a hot drink and some cake, and she's pregnant as well. She's a little bit behind me, and so lovely of her to make the effort to come over and just catch up on new mama things, which was really lovely just to have that kind of chat and connection with a soon-to-be new mum too. Also got pooed on by a bird, so I've just had to wash one of my only coats and do a quick rough blow dry on my hair to talk to you guys. So as I mentioned earlier on in my video, I have been a little bit kind of late with uploading a vlog for you guys, and I've just had a little bit more mental load recently, and as I was saying earlier, I sometimes forget to react emotionally to things, even though it's probably justified and I probably would get somewhere quicker if I did have that reaction. It does serve me well in life, but sometimes when I need to kind of engage those instincts, I can sometimes forget somehow. So I have had a couple of things this last couple of weeks that have been just taking some energy from me, and I've just had to make some adjustments, and they've just made life a little bit more time consuming, I suppose, in terms of my mental process. So I think it's quite a common thing when you're pregnant that you do see over the course of your pregnancy that your friendship circles change a little bit, and it's one of those things that if you go onto one of the pregnancy apps or in the mums group, that it's a hot topic, and sometimes people who you feel will be fully engaged in your pregnancy, maybe they're not, and you make new connections, or you become closer to maybe some existing connections because you now have something that is maybe a little bit more in common than you had before, say. So I think I've just had that realization in that I'm still outputting all of the energy that I would normally put in, and maybe expectations have been a little bit high without that investment back. So I feel like I've just had to be very cautious about how much energy I give out, and not assume that the relationships that were in situ before are linear, and that maybe they've changed a little bit over the course of my pregnancy. And I think just not noticing that I don't maybe have the same value as I had before, yet I'm still putting 100% value in. It's been quite hard just to make that adjustment, because it's quite sad, but also it means that it takes from the energy that I could give to the people who are investing in me. And I think there's no right or wrong. You just learn to slot people into your life in the right places, which is relative to where you are now, rather than just assuming that everything has to stay the same and linear. So just making those adjustments has just taken a little bit of extra load from me, and I do feel a lot more at peace with how much I'm giving out. I think you do become hyper aware, particularly later on in pregnancy. It's like the nesting instinct, in that you want to protect your territory and you're getting ready for a baby arriving. And I think it's the same in terms of your energy investment, in that you need to protect that so that you have as much energy as possible for the people who are supporting you in a pregnancy, and also to go through labour. So that's been one thing. The thing that has been really impactful on me in the last couple of weeks is the decision making around what comes next. And in the beginning of my pregnancy, you guys will know from my previous videos, and if you know me, that this was a real miracle situation, and I was just so thankful that I could just enjoy being pregnant, and I just lived day to day and enjoyed really lovely, happy moments with Darren, and we were just in our little bubble of loveliness. And I really didn't think about all these things that were coming later down the line, because we were never guaranteed to get there. So I just wanted to enjoy the now. And of course, we are so fortunate that we are now at that point in the road where we are at the end of third trimester. And some of the things that were explained to me at the beginning of the higher risks of being an older mum have kind of come into fruition now, and there are some decisions to make. Now, there are general guidelines for somebody who is older, and the general protocol in the UK is to start intervention from around 37 weeks. And I just felt that that wasn't long enough, and I've been monitored in terms of growth scans and the baby's perfect. I've had a textbook pregnancy, I've kept the same energy level, I haven't been symptomatic, and I have a full range of birthing options. So there isn't kind of that risk that you would associate with a consultant-led pregnancy, in that there's all these restrictions because they have to be very cautious because I've got A, B and C going on. Everything's been very straightforward. So I think this last, I say, fortnight, I've just been feeling very, very uncomfortable in the default things that seem to be happening, and I just don't feel like it's been specialised decisions, it's been generalised. And the fact that I might live a very different lifestyle to somebody who's younger than me might actually put me in a better position, let's say, and there isn't any statistics that can tell me what high risk is actually high risk. And the research that I've done, the papers that I've done, just suggests that it's still less than 1 person in 1,000 compared to half a person in 1,000, let's say. So to say that in the beginning I was at 1 in 27 risk of a chromosome addition affecting my baby, to now be less than 1 person in 1,000, they actually missed scanning me for that because they left me too late, and that's how relaxed they were about it. And yet now this kind of small percentage in 1,000 seems to be happening. It's all hands on deck, and it just seems a little bit too dramatic, and you would think that the attention would have been put here, and it's being put here. So I've just been a little bit uncomfortable. I've had to do a lot of research and just get myself into a place where instinctually I'm doing the right thing for myself and baby. So the reason for me chatting about these things on camera is I'm not an emotional reactor, and you guys might benefit that if you draw some parallels between your friendship circles changing or decisions that you have to make towards your birthing care, that you have somebody who is here to tell you that none of us are immune to having to face these things, and to rearrange our thought process, get more information, ask for help, and you aren't being over emotional because you have somebody who's not very emotional that is going through the same thing. And I really think it's great in this country that you can go back to your medical team and say, what happens if we do nothing? What happens if we wait? Is there an alternative? And they will give you a lot of their expertise and time to help you to make a decision, which is brilliant. Also, the NHS did miss me off their antenatal courses as well, but I've done NCT and I've done hypnobirthing courses, and I've done several courses on things. And one thing that's made a huge difference to me during this whole kind of emotional process that I've been on recently is a company called KG Hypnobirthing, a lady called Catherine. Her videos are amazing. I do struggle with hypnobirthing a little bit in that some courses sell you up the river, or I feel that they did for me, and maybe made promises that might make somebody disappointed when they go in to give birth. And I found the KG Hypnobirthing course just so direct with information, impartial the way it was delivered. It's really clear, and I think out of everything that I have done and paid a lot of money for, I feel like that is the best thing that I've done, and it's concise, it's enjoyable, it just hits home, it just gives me that educational value that it just sinks straight in, and you do feel very confident and empowered by the information that you're given. And it's definitely helped me now that I've had to go through this decision-making process and maybe have that emotional reaction. So I'll put a link and also a discount code. I'm not sponsored or anything, it's just to help you guys get involved. I have spoken to Catherine personally because she was good enough to give me some one-to-one advice on where I could go for books and things like that that would help me in my research to be making some pretty important decisions right now. So I would absolutely encourage you, even if you're not pregnant, it's just good for all of the techniques of coping with life and decision making. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it, guys. So I don't normally come on camera and kind of talk about emotional stuff because I don't normally need to, or feel like that anyone can draw any parallels with me because I'm normally okay. And I just thought it was a really interesting couple of weeks in that if you have something instinctually and your gut's telling you that you have something to work on, don't ignore it just because somebody tells you that A, B and C is correct. There might be more information out there that helps you to be more comfortable and at peace with the decisions that you're making. Anyway, this video is probably very long. If you got to the end of it, well done. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.